What is up, everybody? It's Sunday and yes, I'm in work. I typically wouldn't be here on a Sunday, but because I'm so busy with the other things that I've got going on here, I said I'd come in today and just get a few small jobs done. Not overly difficult jobs. I have to wash 2 trucks, and then behind me we have a digger that I have to do window tints in. So I'm going to set up my power washing equipment and spend an hour washing the truck and the van, get them looking good for the week ahead for the lads, and then we're going to pull the digger over here, get the tinting equipment set up and do that job. That'll be it then for today, and it's back home to finish editing the video from last week. Okay, so that's everything washed, including my own vehicles. It was time to give them a little bit of TLC. So next up we're on to doing window tints on this digger. It's getting 72% tints on all the side windows and the back window. So now I'm going to get the digger into position and get the tint and the tinting tools set up so I can get this knocked out of the park and go home. Okay, so the tints are pretty much finished on the digger now. A small bit left to do tomorrow on the back window, but as you can see it's getting dark. So I'm going to call it a day and head on home. So tomorrow morning I've got to go to Galway first, pick up some paint supplies, and then after that back to the unit, do the tints and straight back into the lorry because we need to get this finished this week. So another busy week ahead. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright everybody, so it's Monday afternoon. It's kind of been one of them mornings where you're kind of chasing yourself, just getting things organised and set up for the week ahead. So I have all the paint got. Now I have to get straight back into working on the lorry, get those plates welded onto the mud guards. Then I have to go and get some box iron for the new side railings because we're not using the old railings anymore because they're too far gone with rust. So pretty much welding for today. Once that's done, tomorrow hopefully I will be sandblasting and paint straight after that. This side is welded on now, so that's ready for the next step, which will be welding on the side bars. And then I've done the same on the other side. Now I'm working on the back. I've cut out the plates where the lights were because they were completely rusted through. So now I'm going to cut my new plates, weld them in, and yeah, we're looking good now. We're getting there. It's what I would call making steady progress. Now the new plates have been welded in. I just need to fill in these gaps now with new steel. So they're looking good. And it's that time of day again, quitting time. So I'm gonna wrap up my gear, call it a day, and go home and get some dinner. We'll pick up where we finished off tomorrow. Okay, so it's actually Wednesday today. To be honest, I really didn't record much yesterday. I was kind of that busy trying to get some jobs finished up on the lorry, and then I got called away to wash a lorry for a new client as a trial, so that went well. And yeah, I just kind of kept the head down all day, but let me run through what I done anyway. So all the back of the truck is now finished. This is a new plate on it. Both sides where the tail lights were are fully welded in, and I've started working on the bumpers, just cleaning the paint off them, getting them ready to be resprayed the new colours. Also this morning I picked up the remaining steel that I needed to finish the side bars and finish the frame of the lorry where we cut out where it was rusted. So I'm going to make a conscious effort to record more today, and yeah, just keep on going. Right, the first job is with the 100x50 box iron. I'm going to cut the end of them to match the angle of the mudguard, and then we're going to put them up in place, tack them in, and then fully weld them. Same on both sides. And then we are going to put this part of the frame in along here. Then after that, like I said before, it's just prepping for paint. Another busy day here in the unit. You gotta love it. Okay, to get the angle, it's really simple. I'm just using this angle finder. I'm gonna put it on the bottom of the frame, and then with the ruler side of it, I'm just gonna match the angle. And then just transfer this onto the steel, mark it, and cut it. Simple as that. Now I have the angles cut on both sides. So I'm going to prep the areas that I'm welding to next and then tack it in place. Okay, so it's about time for another update. So I have the railings on the passenger side fully in, fully welded. They're looking good. So that's this side pretty much finished, including the frame of the truck. That's all done and replaced now as well. And then on the driver's side, if you come around here with me, I also have that side fully on. Small bit of welding left to do on that tomorrow. And also, if you look down here, I have to put 2 hinges in because this is where the batteries are. So we want to make this into a gate almost. So we'll put hinges in here tomorrow and some sort of latch on it here in this area. Then finish the welding and we're pretty much there with all the welding then. So it's now about 8 o'clock and I am well ready to go home. So calling it a day. Alright guys, so it's time for another update on what's been going on in the shed all day. So let me talk you through it. I have what you could call a gate made in front of the battery, so I'll show you that opening up now in a minute. Everything is fully welded. The next job that I'm at the moment is marking out where the lights are going to go on the new plates on the back of the truck. I've got the centers marked and now I'm going to use the hole saw to make holes where the wires are going to come through into the back of the lights. And also over on the gate divider we have a new bit of steel welded into the bottom of it, so that's strengthened that up an awful lot now. I just want to say as well, in the last video I didn't have the stabilizer on in the camera, so the video was a little bit jumpy and I apologize for that, but now I have the stabilizer on and I will do better to keep the videos easier to watch for you guys. Right, so down here you'll see these are the hinges that I put on, and then at the front of it, because this won't be opening that often, I decided to put a bolt through the frame of the steel and the stop bar, so there'll just be a lock nut on that and then it'll just have to be taken off whenever they need to get access to it, which shouldn't be that often anyway. Now once I have the lights drilled out for the holes, I'm then going to start working on sanding all of the bumper parts and getting them ready for primer. Another good day's work put in, and the truck is finally really taking shape now and I can see the finish line, which is great. And okay, I started sanding on the side step, but do you know what? It's getting late, and I was here late last night, so I think it's time to call it a day. So time to go home, get some rest, and come in early in the morning and get a good day at it again. Okay guys, so it's now Friday morning, and today we're going to smash it out of the park. Good bit planned. First of all, we're going to prepare the bumpers and side steps for paint, and then we're going to move on to the cattle body, and we're going to prepare all that for paint then too. And then maybe if we have time later on in the evening, I might try and get some primer onto them. So another busy day ahead, and we'll go through everything step by step so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, first of all, we're going to prep the lower part of the bumper by taking all of this paint back to the metal. And you should be mindful to always wear a mask because it's unhealthy to inhale paint particles. Right, now I have all the paint cleaning off the bumper, and I can see better what I am actually dealing with. So it's not too bad, bar a couple little dents in this area. So I'm going to knock them through as best I can. And then after it's primed, I'm going to cover the worst areas with some body filler and then smoothen it all out, which will help to give a better finish when it's all painted. Okay, I'm happy with that now, so I'm going to leave it aside and grab the next piece. Now, this is the top part of the front bumper, so we'll be painting this as well. So the plan is to scuff up all this so that the primer will stick to it better. And also you can see here, I've already started doing a repair because it was cracked. So I'm going to smoothen all this out, see does it need any body filler put into it, and then we'll just scuff up all this and it'll be good to go. Now that's the bumper fully sanded and the crack repaired and sanded, and it's looking pretty good. So next up I'm going to move on to the side steps, give them a quick scuff, and then we'll focus on the lorry. This is the first side step that we're working on, and as you can see it was painted red already. It's in really good condition, so all I need to do is scuff up the paint itself. I won't be using a lot of primer on this, so when it comes to painting it, we'll be giving it a couple of coats of red paint, and that'll be good enough for it. Okay, so that's the top layer of paint taken off this side step. And what I should say is, it will be getting primer in the areas where it's gone down to plastic from sanding. but there is no need to cover the whole thing in primer because I've still got good paint to work with for the base coat. So now on to the next one. And now this is the other side step. As you can see, there is no paint on it, so I've already scuffed it all up and cleaned back some of the rough areas. So this will be getting a full coat of primer and then the red paint on top of it. Right, it's Saturday morning. Yesterday was a very busy day. Obviously, you've seen already that I got all of the bumpers and side steps sanded and prepped for paint. And then I started sanding and sandblasting the paint on the truck body. I did get called away to wash a couple vans for a client, and I had to do some work on a car as well. But today is solely focused on the lorry. So I do have a lot of work ahead of me today. We're going to keep the head down and get it done. I also got new mud guards off the customer of this lorry because the other ones were fairly smashed up at the bottom of them. So I also need to clean and prep them. But now anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing the finished result as the end is near. Right, so it's now about 7 o'clock on Saturday evening, and as you can see, there is no primer on the lorry. And this is the harsh reality of the actual length of time it takes to prep for paint. Now I do have a lot of the paint brought back to metal, so I'm in again tomorrow to finish this off. Now I'm not going to say it's going to be primered by the end of tomorrow evening because look, these jobs do take a while and there's no point in rushing them or cutting corners because you won't get the same result and I won't be happy with it when it's finished if I don't do it properly. So it's been another long week and it is Saturday evening, as I said, which is where this video ends. So just want to say again, thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, which was episode 2. And we'll catch you in the next one. So if you enjoyed it, please do subscribe, hit the like button, and if you feel like, give it a share. Thanks very much, and we'll catch you in the next one.